Fielder Dalen Collecton. Batting second, number 16, the third baseman George Mendozono. Batting third, number 22, the right fielder Garrett Spain. Batting fourth, number 13, the catcher Zach Morgan. Batting fifth, number 31, the left fielder E.J. Andrews. Batting fifth, number 8, the second baseman Malcolm Tipler. The starting pitcher for the Pilots, number 21, Braxton Cottongame. The Pilots head coach Jeff Pritchard, the Pilots GM Mike Henshaw, and the Pilots assistant coaches Spencer Erdman and Cody Thompson. Now the starting lineup for your hometown Chinooks. Batting first, number 15, the third baseman Mason Corbett. Batting second, number 22, the center fielder Jess Davis. Batting third, number 23, the catcher J. Paul Fullerton. Batting fourth, number 24, the first baseman Ethan English. Batting fifth, number 44, the designated hitter Daniel Freeman. Batting sixth, number 12, the right fielder Hayden Keller. Batting seventh, number 9, the left fielder Trevor Cho. Batting eighth, number 5, the second baseman Patty McCormick. Batting ninth, number 7, the shortstop Pete Fullerton. The starting pitcher for the Chinooks, number 29, Michael Parker. The Chinooks head coach John Grove. The Chinooks GM and pitching coach Chris Beck. The Chinooks assistant coaches Sam Potter, Dalton Smith, and Troy Herbie. And the Chinooks broadcast team at Chinooks Radio on YouTube, Wyatt Lewell and Josh Salem. Joining us to sing our national anthem tonight, please welcome the Lee Jordan Field. This is Vocalocity.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red flags bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The sound, the Vocalocity. Now we've got a very special guest with a very special message for all of us here at Lee Jordan Field tonight.
First, let's give another big hand to Vocalocity. That was a home run. Tonight we have a very special guest. Her name is Harper. She lives in Chugiak. She's 3 years old. And this summer she's been helping her parents host, in her words, Hannes and Joey. So Harper, you want to help us get started here?
You haven't play ball.
A little extra add-on for Hannes.
Well, hello and welcome out to Lee Jordan Field, home of the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. Then they are facing off against the Glacier Pilots, second to last time between the two teams. Chinooks have an off day tomorrow, and then the Pilots again here at Lee Jordan for a final game between the two teams, and then 2 more after that. 4 games left. Josh Salem here with Wyatt Lewell, your broadcasters. And the Chinooks are on track to try and get that 4th place spot, battling with the Oilers, who are playing the Bucks tonight down in Kenai at the Peninsula. The starting lineups for the Glacier Pilots, it's Dalen Colligton to lead things off in center field. George Mendozono, the third baseman, bats second. Batting third, Garrett Spain in right field. The 4-hole is Zach Morgan behind the plate. E.J. Andrews, the left fielder, will bat fifth. Bradley Gniting, the first baseman, hits sixth. Jordan Brandenburg, the designated hitter, in the 7th spot. Zach Sagel, the shortstop, hits 8th. And Malcolm Tipler, the second baseman, will hit 9th. They will all face Michael Barker, who enters in this season with a 3-2 record, 5.35 ERA, making his 8th start and 10th appearance, 40 and a third innings on the mound, some of the most on the team. 19 strikeouts, 17 walks, 53 hits given up, but did pick up 2 wins in his last 2 starts. 7 innings against the Miners on July 21st. 7 hits, 1 earned run given up. and 1 walk in that 3-1 victory. Complete game for him, his first of the season. And then the Miners on July 16th, a 10-2 victory, pitched 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 7 hits. And so the left-hander, 6-foot Fresno Pacific University junior, will attend there in the fall, coming out of Ridgecrest, California. The umpires for the night, Stacy Dunbar behind the plate, coming out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, as well as Marcus Dolan at first base side out of Tulsa. Ryan Gill will fill in today as the third base umpire out of Anchorage. Michael Barker, the first pitch here to Colligdon, and it's chopped to third base. 1 hopper to Corbett. Will throw 1 hopper to Ethan English at first, and he'll pick it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that'll start us off.
That's the way to start a ball game.
Shortstop is Pate Fortin. Second base is Patty McCormick at first. As we just mentioned, Ethan English getting the feed from the third baseman Mason Corbett. Behind the plate, J. Paul Fullerton. Barker on the mound. In the outfield, it's Trevor Cho. In left, in center, Jess Davis. This pitch runs inside to the left-hander of George Mendozano. Lefty-on-lefty matchup, and the right fielder is Hayden Keller. 1-0 count, 1 out. About no wind here tonight. Pops it up on the left side. It'll get out of play. We'll see Braxton Cottongame in the first time he'll face the Chinooks, apart from the Scout Showcase through a shutout victory against a no-hitter in that shutout victory.
Wasn't a shutout.
It was
We
a
scored on
combined. Oh, you're right. It
on
was
an error.
An error. Curveball hits the strike zone. 1-2 count here for Barker, facing the lefty of Mendozano. You're right. It was not a shutout. Remember the error?
But it was, in fact, a no-hitter.
It was a no-hitter, combined no-hitter between the two Kentucky guys. Pops it up. Good pitch to Spoil on the inside fastball, and a little fister for Mendozano. Garrett Spain, the 3-hole right fielder, waits on deck in the on-deck circle. Barker's next pitch. Inside, and the curveball will miss. 2-2 delivery. Pops it up on the left side. This should be playable. Is Mason Corbett going over, and it just gets out. Corbett slipped a little bit, and he's okay, stepping on the entrance, little piece of wood entering into the back end of the third base dugout where the Chinooks are. But he's okay. Tyler O'Clair warming in the bullpen, but we will not see him likely today. He's just doing a flat ground. Curveball there, pops it up way high down the right field line. Not sure this one's going to be playable. It's a long run. Keller will let it ricochet off of the fence. And no one able to grab that one. Mendozano this season, third highest average 286 hitter, 14 hits in 49 at-bats. This is his 50th. He has scored 8 runs as well and has an extra base hit in every category. He's making Michael work here. 2-2 count, 1 out. Next pitch. Fastball, yanked foul. Got around it right towards the porta potties on the right side of the field. And so we'll reset. Still a 2-2 count and 3 straight foul balls. Catcher sets up away. Fastball pops it up on the infield. Pate Fullerton. He's underneath it. And the first 2 guys for the Pilots go in order. Brings up Garrett Spain, the right fielder, on the fly out. F6 for those statting at home. And Spain been pretty proficient this season as well. His 132nd at bat will occur right now. He's tied for the second most on the team with Dalen Colligdon, as that's in the dirt. Tried to work him off with a curveball, but Spain did pretty well against the Chinooks last game. Multiple hits, multiple RBIs. Ground ball up the middle, going to the backhand side. McCormick in and out of his glove. And that's going to be, we'll let you know what that is scored. It's going to be a hit up the middle. Tough play on the backhand. And the first hit of the game brings up the right-hander and catcher Zach Morgan.
Pilots have had a rough schedule, or they have one coming up. They played a doubleheader yesterday against the Miners, tonight here, and then a doubleheader again against the Miners tomorrow, and then again they'll be here on Monday. But they've won 9 of their last 10, so they have been on fire, and that only loss came to the Chinooks.
And that Monday game, though, will be the last of their season, the regular season, will it not?
I believe it
I
will.
believe it is, yeah. Yeah, that's 6 o'clock start time on Monday. Last time these two teams will match up. Pitch is up high and away. 2-0 count, 2 outs. A 2-out base hit for Garrett Spain on the infield. McCormick can't handle it. Goes in and out of his glove. Made a good stop to keep it from going in the outfield. Next pitch from Barker. Up the middle, and Jess Davis coming in. Lays out, and what a catch by Jess Davis. Takes one away from Zach Morgan on the line out. Ball hit well. I'm not sure Jess was going to be able to get there, and he proves me wrong. Full extension layout. Chinooks get 3 of the 4 batters out, avoid the leadoff single, and take one away from Zach Morgan. And time again, Jess Davis has done it. Let's look at this replay. Good outside pitch here thrown from Michael Barker. Advantage count for him. And he hits it right up the middle. Just diving, full extension, almost snow cones it. Makes the grab. When we come back, we'll give you the starting lineup for the Chinooks. Here, a 0-0 ball game. Bottom of the first we go. Back for the bottom of the first inning, Braxton Cotton game is in as the starting pitcher for the Pilots. He is making his 6th start and 6th appearance, 3.11 ERA, 3-0 record. Perfect this season. And the Chinooks trying to hand him his first loss, the freshman out of the University of Kentucky. 6'3", 215 left-hander coming out of Hazard, Kentucky as well. 2000 baby, born on May 18th. Pretty young guy, but has pretty proficient numbers. 26 innings on the mound, 26 strikeouts to his 14 walks, 25 hits given up. His last 2 starts, just like Michael, he has won both of those. Once against the Oilers, once against the Bucks. And has not pitched more than 6 innings this season. But did face the Chinooks one time in the Scout Showcase. And as Wyatt mentioned earlier, a no-hitter combined between the Kentucky guys. As it was him and then... I believe it was Hamby, the other Kentucky guy who came in, closed it out. But nonetheless, Mason Corbett will start things off as the third baseman. Jess Davis, the center fielder, bats second. Up third is J. Paul Fullerton behind the plate. Ethan English, the first baseman, bats fourth. The designated hitter, Daniel Freeman, up next. Hayden Keller, 6-hole right fielder. Trevor Cho hits in the 7 spot as the left fielder. Patty McCormick behind him at second base, and the 9-hole Pate Fullerton at shortstop will clean things up. Bottom of the first, 0-0 ball game. 1 hit given up to Garrett Spain, 272. Big swing and a miss there. Tried to connect inside, yank one down the right field line. Instead, it's an 0-2 count. Jess Davis up next has the highest highest average, 273. And the next pitch, big swing and a miss, and a 3-pitch strikeout to get Mason Corbett for Braxton Cotton game. Start things off here. Brings up Jess Davis, who in the first game of the Scout Showcase had a home run in his first at-bat. Jess has 2 this season, not counting that one, and has multiple extra base hits in every category. 8 doubles, 4 triples, 2 home runs, most hits on the team at 36. His first pitch, check swing, foul, left side. John Groth, head coach for the Chinooks, the third base side. And the first base coach is Sam Potter. Pops it up on the left side. Is it going to be playable? It'll get out of play. Third baseman George Mendozano went over to try and grab it and could not as it got out of play. 1 out in the inning. Bottom first, 0-2 count here to Jess Davis. Have not seen a ball fly out of the hand yet of Cotton Game. This one will as it misses low and inside. Braxton, again, the freshman out of Kentucky. Did make one start last year at Kentucky. February 16th against Austin Peay State. And he fell with the loss as that one's popped up left side. Shallow left. A long run for E.J. Andrews. Third baseman going back, Mendozano. And it's in and out of his glove. New life. As that will not be an error, though. That is pretty difficult catch for a third baseman. Looked like he was underneath it, but going back, he's unable to make the grab. And again, that start at Austin Peay State finished with the 0-1 record, was charged the loss that day. 4.91 ERA and 18 and a third innings on the mound. 20 hits, struck out 15, then walked 15. Did not give up a home run last year, though. And so pretty good numbers, apart from the 0-1. Pretty low ERA as well. Off the plate on the curveball, 2-2. Jess Davis making him work. His fastball is usually around 87 and 90. And a big swing there and a miss. First two guys go down swinging, brings up the left-hander of J. Paul Fullerton, catcher for the Chinooks.
Josh, it's important to note, too, that Cotton Game has played pretty well. He's got good stats at Kentucky, and it's also important to remember that Kentucky's in the SEC, and the SEC had 4 teams in the final 8 this year. So he's playing against some good competition, too.
Yeah, got in late as a reliever, minus that one start. And this one foul-tipped off of the left forearm of the catcher. He's kind of laughing it off a little, but all the same, he's going to wear that one on the left wrist. He's okay. Zach Morgan lined out to Jess Davis, who robbed him of a base hit in the first inning. J. Paul literally looking back, just saying, sorry, bro.
Catchers get it.
They do, and from one catcher to the next, it doesn't feel too good. Pops it up left side. Shallow blooper. Going back is the third baseman. Shortstop will call it off. It's Sagal to make the out. Good grab there, and it robs a base hit from J. Paul Fullerton. We go to the top of the second. Quick inning, a 0-0 score. E.J. Andrews, Bradley Knighting, and Jordan Brandenburg. 3 batters up, left fielder, first baseman, designated hitter. E.J. Andrews' first pitch, he bunted, and he will pull back as it's strike one on the outer edge. E.J. Andrews just going to shake his head at that one, and I'm not sure that could have hit any more so in the strike zone. Right on the outer edge. That one poked foul on a line. And 0-2 count, no outs. EJ scored the last run on a home run against the Chinooks. He's gotten 2 this year off of the Chinooks pitching. And this pitch, strike 3 down the middle. Gets him on 3 pitches. First pitch right there on the outer edge. The next foul down the right field line. Third, inside corner. Strike 3. Start us off here in the second. We'll get him looking. And the first strikeout for Michael Barker again. Bradley Knighting, the first baseman, up next. In fact, both of the home runs for Andrews have been against the Chinooks. His only 2 home runs this season. Left-hander, Bradley Knighting, the first baseman for a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Second between these two today, and it'll be a 1-1 count as Knighting swings through the high fastball. That pitch is going to nail the inside corner again. 1-2 delivery awaiting. Trying to get back-to-back Ks. Start off the second inning for Michael Barker. Curveball pops it up. Left side out of play. Fullerton quick on the alert, trying to make a grab and stares it out of play. Just to the left side of the broadcast booth. Pops one up, deep right center field, going back, Jess Davis. He's got a long run. He's trying to time it up. He will not. It's off the base of the wall. Davis will get it in. Kind of fumbles with it a little, and that could be a leadoff triple as it's thrown over. And it will be. 1-out triple. Second hit of the day. Knighting getting one to right center. And even for Jess, that's one he can't get to. Stayed up there a while, but all the same, the base of the wall, and Knighting puts himself 90 feet away from coming in as the first runner for the Pilots. Many triples have been hit this season at Lee Jordan for not only the Chinooks, but also the other teams in this league. And that one's laced to left field, going over Trevor Cho. He'll try and get behind it, get it in, throw one home, but it's not going to reach it. Sac fly, first pitch to Jordan Brandenburg, and he puts the Pilots on the board. 1-0 lead for him. And that's where a little bit of the fumbling with it for Jess comes into play. If he gets that ball in a little bit quicker, he's got a chance to get the out at third. And maybe when Bradley saw that he was doing it, that's why he advanced to third base, would have just held it to a double. Pokes one to the right side. It has a chance to fall in. It will. Sagal will reach, and Hayden Keller will get it in. As Sagal just bloops one to right field. Second hit in the inning. One run is in, which is Bradley Knighting. And Malcolm Tipler, second baseman, lefty-on-lefty matchup awaits. That is Sagal's 16th hit and 79 at-bats. He is a perfect 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts, but he'll have to go off a left-hander. Pitch is just going to miss a little low. Ball 1. J. Paul Fullerton behind the plate trying to vacuum that up to the top of the zone. This pitch has popped out of play, though. 1-1 count. Wind picking up a little to the right side. It is host family appreciation night before the game. Wyatt and I went out with our host families and honored them, as did all the other players for the Chinooks, for their generosity in letting us stay in their homes this summer. Takes a lot for some parents to let college kids come into their homes. Pick off to first again, safely in is Sagal. Top of the order is on deck with Colligdon, trying to get one final out here, only give up the 1 run. Chinooks will try and get it back with our 4-5-6 up of English, Freeman, and Keller when we go to the bottom half of the inning. Next pitch here, curveball, strike 2 down the middle. Sagal, great lead over at first, and another pickoff attempt. He's trying to get into scoring position. Some fans for the Pilots out here at Lee Jordan as well. Runner not going. Fastball, strike 3. Tippler knew it. And 2 strikeouts in the inning, but 2 hits as well on Jordan Brandenburg's sac fly to bring in Bradley Knighting on the triple. It's a 1-0 lead for the Pilots. We go to the bottom of the second. Chinooks down 1-0, gave up a run in the top half of this inning, and we're in the second inning just now, and so Ethan English will take ball 1 low to Braxton Cotton game. And that pitch scooped up as well. 2-0 delivery here to English. Let's see if he can connect on one and give it a ride. Maybe tie this game with his 5th home run of the season. He's 31 for 125. Chops one off his front of his chest on a foul ball. Marcus Dolan, the first base umpire, quickly on the call. Stacy Dunbar seconding it as well. Freeman on deck. English 5th highest average on the team at 248, tied with Hayden Keller, who will be 3rd up in this inning. And that pitch sailed high. 3-1, Cotton game in jeopardy. Have given up his first runner here to the Chinooks. Did have a few walks and an error given up against him in the showcase. Smashes one to left field. It's got a chance to tie it. It's going up. And it's off the base of the wall. Ethan English hustling to second. E.J. Andrews trying to get it in, as that'll be a leadoff double, just missing his 2nd home run against the Pilots. And so E.J. Andrews can't get to it, and that will make it the first hit of the ball game. And Daniel Freeman up next on the leadoff double for English. So you got Freeman, Keller, Cho, the next 3 batters, playing back at 3rd base. See if he chose bunt. Does not, ball high. George Mendozano a few steps behind 3rd base right now. Freeman's got decent speed if he can lay one down, maybe midway between 3rd and home. Leave it up to Cotton game to try and grab it, or maybe push one to first base. A little bit tougher for left-handers to get off the mound on that side since they fall off the right side of the mound. You push one to second with Malcolm Tippler playing close to second, and there's basically no chance of getting him. Pokes one foul, a 1-2 count. Freeman going to have to put something in play here. Maybe poke one through first and second. Got to compete at the plate here. Put something in play with the leadoff double for English. That's what the Chinooks have got to get him to 3rd. Ground ball to second, you take it, you do a job. Pitch in the dirt, good block from Morgan. He keeps it in front, ties the count up at 2-2. Outfield pretty far in. Hayden Keller on deck with Daniel Freeman at the plate. He's worked a tie count of 2-2, no outs. Bottom second, 1-0 lead. Chinooks trailing the Pilots. But they've got the tying run at second, and Ethan English is double. Pops it up, right side, out of play. Good pitch to spoil for Freeman. Patty McCormick, second baseman for the Chinooks, out to give Stacy Dunbar some more baseballs. Pretty good crowd here for the Chinooks tonight. Inside, missing low. Full count worked. Big gap between first and second with Malcolm Tipler holding on Ethan English. Payoff pitch. Chopped foul, third base side, right towards the bullpen. And Sam Brace quickly out off the bench to grab it. Will spike one back to the third base dugout. And no one came out to get it. John Groth from the third base side. Third base coach comes over and flips it to Troy Hervey, the pitching coach. Curveball gets a big swing and a miss for Daniel Freeman. He can't connect. And so that'll get the first out on the third strikeout for Cotton Game. And the Chinooks in jeopardy here with one out. Can't move him over to third there. Chinooks elect not to bunt Ethan English to third base there. And so Hayden Keller will be up next. Can he get a base hit for an RBI? Lefty on lefty matchup. Pokes one foul left side. Just gets a piece of it right off the cap of the handle. Keller, fourth highest average. 33 hits, 133 at-bats. Tied for the most RBIs on the team with 25 as well. Taken low and away. Ties the count 1-1. Good pitch for Cotton Game. A little bit too far out. Try and yank one to the right side. Chops one. First base side foul. 1-2 count. Awaits with one out. Ethan English, the leadoff double. He's trying to get in. Trevor Cho on deck. Left fielder for the Chinooks. Cotton Game coming set. The 1-2 delivery awaits. Might see curveball. The delivery. He does, and it's brought back down. Strikeout number 2 in the inning. His fourth of the day, and he's picked up 2 in both innings. It leaves it up to the lefty-on-lefty matchup of Trevor Cho. Chinooks in jeopardy of giving up and stranding the leadoff double of Ethan English. Got to play small ball, but haven't been able to do it. Can Cho maybe go the opposite way here through short and third? E.J. Andrews with a great arm. Curveball, lower third, and strike one. Well, it makes Cotton Game so difficult to hit. He's got that 90, 91-ish fastball, plus the off-speed. Can go to at any count. But he typically stays with curveball, fastball. One hopper to the shortstop. Fielded by Sagal, throws across his body right on the money. Chinooks will strand Ethan English, but one hit in the inning. The leadoff double. We go to the top of the third, a 1-0 lead for the Pilots. Top of the third inning we go. It's the top of the order as well for the Pilots back up. Dalen Colligdon, George Mendozano, Garrett Spain. Colligdon's first pitch is a swing and a miss as Colligdon grounded out on the first pitch in his last at-bat to third base. Mason Corbett on the play. And that pitch sails wide. Good pitch to miss with. It's a 1-1 count, no outs. One spiked in the dirt. That'll put it at the advantage of Colligdon. Chinooks have one hit in the ballgame to the 3 of the Pilots. And the Bucks and Oilers are now underway. It's a 0-0 ballgame there. Smashed foul down the left field line. Colligdon way out in front on it. Good wood, but can't put it down in fair play. 2-2 count, no outs. Barker, 2 strikeouts last inning, his first of the ball game. Can he pick up a third here for out number 1 in the third inning? Curveball sails high, full count. Colligdon making him work. Trying to go right after him here, maybe with the fastball. It is strikeout number 3. Second out in the inning. And it's just foul tipped into the glove of J. Paul Fullerton for out number 1. Brings up George Mendozano, flew out to shallow shortstop right on the edge of the infield where it meets the grass. It's trying to get green out there. A little bit of rain these last few days. Rain earlier for a short time. Fastball missing the bottom of the zone, ball 1. Miners getting the day off today. And that'll be a mile high and a mile long out of play. We've seen Mendozano do that a couple times. 2 home runs for him. Strike number 2, excuse me, as the curveball paints the top of the zone. Mendozano out of Oregon State for the Beavers. He'll hit one hard to center. Jess Davis going back. He's got a long run, and he reaches up and makes the catch. He'll also show off some parkour moves there, running 2 steps up the center field fence as well, and Mendozano's won't break. It's a fly out to center. Hit well, but Bradley Nidings is the only extra base hit that's actually fallen in on his triple before he scored an inning ago. Zach Morgan with the shin guards for the catcher waiting on deck, and the curveball bounces low and inside to Garrett Spain, who singled up the middle on the infield. Patty McCormick knocked it down, but the first hit of the ball game for either team. That was back in the first. And spiked again. Good block for Fullerton. 2-0 count. 1 strikeout against Colligdon in this inning. A fly out to deep center, robbed by Jess Davis for out number 2. Fastball, ground ball, 1 hopper to McCormick. He'll field it, set his feet, throw to first. And the 4-3 ground out as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Chinooks looking to tie the ball game or maybe push ahead for the first time. It's 1-0. Patty McCormick to lead off here in the bottom of the third. Let's see if he tries to show bunt here. He does not. It's sailed wide on the fastball from Cotton Game. And Wyatt, you got an interesting note on Cotton Game, don't you?
I do. He was number 35, I believe, on the top 50 names in college baseball. Names, not necessarily players. But Itchy Burt's took the title for the second year in a row.
Second year in a row. Yeah, Itchy Burt's. Pokes one foul, 1-2 count here, no outs.
Believe Itchy plays at University of Texas Corpus Christi, maybe?
At Corpus
he plays
Christi.
at Corpus Christi
I think that's
somewhere.
right, yeah.
I don't remember the official name of the school, but it's at Corpus Christi.
I believe it is Texas A&M at Corpus
That's
Christi.
the one.
Yeah. 1-2 count, no outs. Bottom third, McCormick trying to reach here. He will swing through it. That'll be the 5th strikeout to lead us off here on the day against the Chinooks. And Cotton Game with a little bit of run to his fastball. Chinooks have not been able to just put something in play on it. 2 strikeouts in the first, 2 in the second, and McCormick goes early here in the third. Pate Fullerton, the shortstop, up next. Pokes one foul on his first pitch. Good fastball, outer half. Another thing about Cotton Game is he locates pretty frequently. Very accurate with all his pitches. And this one fouled back our direction. We'll ricochet up with the camera. Try and fix that for you as Mason Corbett trots over to grab it. And so it'll be an 0-2 count for Pate Fullerton to work with.
That fence is still shaking.
Next pitch for Cotton Game. Pokes it foul. Tried to run inside with the fastball. A good pitch to spoil for Fullerton. Corbin Barker, brother of the starting pitcher for the Chinooks, Michael Barker. He trots over and gives Stacy Dunbar some more ammo. High fastball right at the chin level for Pate Fullerton. First ball of the at-bat, 1-2 delivery. And this one taken for strike 3. Braxton Cotton Game feeling himself right now as he's gotten the first 2 outs of this inning via strikeout. Brings up Mason Corbett, who went down swinging in the first. Those are the 2 strikeouts in the inning. And so he's averaging 2 in his first 3. Mason Corbett up next. Curveball is tried to be suction cupped up. It will not hit. Just misses a little low. Ball 1. This one foul tipped and will ricochet right at us as well. So 1-1 count. Zach Morgan getting a little banged up behind the plate. Took one right to the left side of his helmet. Or his mask. Pops it up on the left side. It'll get out of play, and it'll reset the count of 1-2, 2 outs. Chinooks with 1 hit last inning. Ethan English. Can they get another here with Mason Corbett? Second highest average. 28 hits this season. 272 hitter. Just 1 point percentage behind Jess Davis, who waits on deck. 1-2 delivery. Curveball chopped first base side foul. Knighting stabbing at it, but will catch it 2 feet to the right of the first base bag. One-two pitch. And that's going to be called for strike 3, lower third of the strike zone. Corbett didn't like it, but Cotton Game strikes out the side in the 3rd inning and gets McCormick to swing. Fullerton and Corbett looking, and we go to the top of the 4th. That is 5, 6, and 7 in the strikeout category. Just through 3 innings, Cotton Game is on fire. Chinooks will look to shut him down, though, and get going offensively in the bottom of the 4th with Michael Barker and defense coming out as we go to the top half. Zach Morgan lined out to center field, robbed by Jess Davis of a base hit in the first at bat. And the catcher will step in the right-hander's batter's box for his second time round here in the top of the fourth. Bunt shown, laid to the right side. Barker, the bare hand. He can't grab it. Slips, throws one to Ethan English. Base hit for Zach Morgan. And if Barker catches that cleanly with his left hand, he's got it, but that'll be a base hit. Fourth hit of the day for the Pilots in 4 innings, and a leadoff is on with E.J. Andrews, who struck out looking. That led off the second. Chinooks looking for a double play here as we go to the top of the fourth, and a runner on first reaches with Zach Morgan's bunt single. Delivery home. First pitch, fastball at the eyes, and it'll be ball 1. Short lead by Morgan. He's a few steps off of the bag. This pitch missing low, 2-0 count. And E.J. Andrews, not one you want to fall behind to. Can really do some damage against you. Trevor Cho, shallow left field. And with an advantage count, I might take a few more steps back there in left. Two-0 delivery. Spiked in the dirt. Good block for Fullerton. Barker in jeopardy of giving up a 4-pitch walk to E.J. Andrews here. And putting runners on first and second for Bradley Knighting, who had the biggest hit in the ballgame, a triple to right center with 1 out in the second before Jordan Brandenburg brought him in on a sac fly. It is a 4-pitch walk. We'll move up Morgan to second, bring up Knighting to the plate. Will they elect to bunt with Jordan Brandenburg moving on deck? First walk by Barker. Double play helps you big time if you can get one maybe to Mason Corbett, opposite field, but a big gap between short and third with Pate Fullerton holding on Morgan at second. Ethan English will play in front of first base, awaiting a bunt. No bunt shown. Curveball doesn't break. Hits the top of the zone for ball 1. Time granted to Jay Paul as well as Chris Beck out, the pitching coach for the Chinooks. Will pause for a moment. Barker has thrown 5 straight balls. Can he get a strike in there here to Knighting? Maybe get him to ground out up the middle. Capped foul, left side. Pitch was a little bit low and off the plate, but Knighting trying to hack at it. Assistant coach, Coach Erdman, third base side. Jeff Pritchard, head coach for the Pilots, the first base side. Delivery. Pops it up, left field. Trevor Cho, a few steps to his right, and we'll get on it. A couple hard steps as Cho gets it into the cut of Pate Fullerton. Morgan trying to draw that throw, and there was no way he was advancing there. So a fly out comes as out number 1 in the inning to left field. First action and first out for Knighting on the day as he tripled and scored a run, the only run in the game. Jordan Brandenburg lined out to left field on the sac fly in his last at bat. Double play ends the inning. Zach Sagel singled. He's on deck. Pitch missing a little low and off the plate. Ball 1. 1-0 count to work with. 1 out. Top 4. Pilots trying to add to their lead. They've got runners on first and second. Single from Morgan to lead off the inning. E.J. Andrews the walk. Time granted to Brandenburg. He'll step out, reset. Brandenburg, one of 4 catchers on the team. Haven't really seen him as a catcher, though. He's really been the designated hitter. On the roster, he's listed as a catcher. And that pitch missing low. 2-0 pitch. Brandenburg, the 5'10", 195, right-handed hitter out of San Carlos, California. 14 of the players on the team for the Pilots are out of California, as are all of the catchers. Pops it up to right field. Hayden Keller a few steps back. Morgan looks like he's going to tag. Keller has a great arm. He is going to. The throw is to third. The relay, the tag applied, and in and out of the glove of Corbett. Slid a little awkwardly for Morgan, but he's safely over, and that'll put runners on the corners for Zach Sagel. Chinooks trying to get out of the inning here unharmed. Keep it a 1-0 deficit. With Malcolm Tipler moving into the on-deck circle, struck out looking to end the second.
I think that throw might have had him had it not been cut off.
Yeah, I didn't understand why Pate cut it off. It was a great throw by Hayden. Pick off to first, and Morgan a few steps closer towards home plate on the throw over to keep E.J. Andrews at first. Delivery home. First pitch sails wide. Here to Sagel, the Stanford University Cardinal. Sagel, a redshirt freshman. La Jolla, California native. Another pick off to first. Parker coming set, wind blowing out to center. Next pitch to Sagel. High fastball, 2-0. Parker struggling to get ahead in the counts. Currently, he's got 3 strikeouts today, giving up 4 hits, 1 walk, and 1 run. A second potential run for the Pilots is 90 feet away. This pitch hits the outer edge. Sagel thought it was a little off, and I think it hit the outer edge for sure.
Looked like a strike to me.
Wyatt is sitting to my right behind home plate, and can see a little bit better than I can. Just realized the camera was off, y'all, so we apologize. It's pretty far back. 2-1 pitch awaiting. Pops it up, right side out of play. Ties the count up 2-2, and Andrews might be running here. I didn't even see it until it looked up. It was big time mistake. So 2's across the board. Chinooks looking for a final out here. Keep it a 1-0 lead and move into the bottom of the 4th to try and tie it. Sagel will crowd the front half of the box. A pick off to first. Andrews 2 steps back into standing on first base. Two-two delivery home. Pops it out of play. Andrews was on the move, but will retreat back. Getting his signs from Erdman. Daniel Freeman to give Dunbar some more baseballs. That's the 3rd different player we've seen give Stacy Dunbar some new baseballs. Maybe they're trying to mix it up on us. Keep things interesting. 1 run gained for the Pilots in the 2nd. Other than that, none for either team. This one fouled all the way back. We'll keep it a 2-2 count. We apologize about fixing this camera for y'all. Every time there's a foul ball, we've got to try and fix things. Right through the fence behind home plate. Another pick off. Andrews back over. Next pitch from Barker. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sagel goes down on the 4th strikeout. Chinooks able to get out of the inning after a leadoff single from Morgan. E.J. Andrews draws the walk. Runners on 1st and 2nd. They can't get it done, and the Chinooks will try and take the momentum to the bottom of the 4th with their 2-3-4 up Davis, Fullerton, English when we come back. Michael Barker and the defensive company for the Chinooks able to get out of it in the top of the 4th out of giving up a potential extra run. It's 1-0 still. First pitch to Jess Davis. He swings and out in front on it. Will miss through. It's 0-1 count here. Davis went down on strikes the first time swinging. And right now, Cotton Game's on fire. He's got 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. This one fouled back right towards the camera. And we'll have to readjust it.
Both of us ducked like it was going to come and hit us. But we do have a fence in front of us.
We do, and I ducked solely because I thought the camera was about to shoot back at us. 0-2 count. Delivery. Hit hard to center. Going back, Dalen Caligden, he's on it, and will make the grab. Line out to center to start us off here in the 4th inning. Good swing by Davis. Not the pitch that Braxton Cottongame was trying to throw with an 0-2 count. Little belt high right down the middle. But J. Paul Fullerton, he's up next. He's due for his first home run this season. 4 games from being out of the regular season. Can he tie it right here? He's got the power to do it from both sides of the field. Big swing and a miss there. He was trying to. Inside fastball, strike 1. Ran a little bit farther inside, and he flew out to shortstop in his first at-bat. Ethan English, the double. In his only at-bat today, he's got the 1 hit for the Chinooks. That's strike 2 right down the middle on the fastball. I think J. Paul was sitting curveball and just took the fastball. He'll have to react to either here. I think you might see another fastball inside. It will be. It's fouled back out of play.
And that foul ball sponsored exclusively by Edward Jones Financial Investments and Gavin Reeve in Eagle River.
Morgan set up on the inner half and poked foul again. That pitch was high up there. Freeman out for some more baseballs. Davis lined out to center, opened us up here in the 4th. And J. Paul battling in the left-hander's batter's box right here. He's fouled off 3 with the 0-2 count. Smashes one to left field. Going back is E.J. Andrews. He took off big time, but will readjust as it's just a fly out to left field. Ethan English up next, 1 for 1 today with the only hit for the Chinooks. Daniel Freeman on deck. Struck out swinging for out number 1 in the 2nd inning.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 24, Ethan English.
English right off the base of the wall would have tied the ball game. Pick up his 5th home run. he's got another stab at things. First pitch here to Cotton Game is going to just miss low and outside. Ball 1. Cotton Game working through the windup. Big swing and a miss inside fastball. One hit, no runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts for the big fella on the mound. 1-1, chop to the left side. 2-hopper, Mendozano sets his feet, fires one to first. And the stretch from Knighting, he was ready to come up and throw it around, but 3 up, 3 down inning against the Chinooks. They've gone 7 straight off of Cotton Game. We go to the top of the 5th, nearing the halfway mark, a 1-0 lead for the Pilots. First pitch here to Malcolm Tipler to lead off the 5th inning. With the Pilots' 1-0 lead, falls low, 1-0 count. Pops one up to right field, skies it to Hayden Keller. He takes a few steps to his left, coasting with it will make the grab for out number 1. Top of the order, a 3rd time up now with Dalen Colligdon here in the 5th inning. He's 0 for 2 today, a strikeout in the 3rd and a 5-3 ground out in the 1st. Colligdon, great speed. And his first pitch is a line drive right to Malcolm Tipler. And Stacy Dunbar out on the catch for the out. Mason Corbett caught it right between his legs and held it up to Stacy Dunbar, turned around, held it up as well to Ryan Gill, and he didn't make the call just because he can't see it from that side, and Stacy Dunbar right on it. First-hand view on it, and he can eat some popcorn to that all day. 2 quick outs here in the 5th inning, and this pitch misses wide to George Mendozano. Pops one up to deep right center field. Jess Davis a long run. He looks like he's got it. He will. 3 up, 3 down inning. I believe that was 7 pitches, Wyatt?
I do believe so.
7 pitches from Michael Barker to get the 3 guys and the 2 guys in the start of the order. A 3rd time round. 3 up, 3 down inning. Last 6 guys have been retired for the Pilots. And the last 7 for the Chinooks. Can they break that trend? Daniel Freeman, Hayden Keller, Trevor Cho when we come back for the bottom of the 5th. Daniel Freeman to lead off here in the bottom of the 5th. Struck out swinging to get first out in his last at bat. High fastball misses, ball 1. And correction on it, wasn't 7 pitches, it was 5.
Even better.
Even better for Michael Barker. Quick innings is what you want. Big swing and a miss helps out Cotton Game. It'll tie the count 1-1. High fastball from the left-hander. Freeman trying to connect with it. Got the ability to hit the long ball. He's hit it twice this season. And the fastball wide. 2-1 count. Good pitch for Cotton Game, but far outside. This pitch misses low. 3-1 count. Cotton Game has not given up a walk today. Can he start this inning off with one to Daniel Freeman in the bottom of the 5th, just over the halfway mark? Delivery. Pops it up, out of play on the right side. So Freeman going to have to work with a full count against him. No outs, bottom 5. 1-0 lead. Chinooks trailing. Only one hit today, Ethan English, who ended the last inning. He doubled in his first at-bat back in the 2nd. Apart from that, it's been the only base runner for the Chinooks today. 3-2 pitch. Curveball misses inside. And so that'll be a walk. Malcolm Tipler out at second base did like a strikeout motion as he thought he was being rung up. 7 strikeouts for Braxton Cotton Game in the first 3 innings. He didn't get one last inning. So a leadoff walk to Daniel Freeman. That's a tough pitch to take right there on that curveball. Just inside. Sorry, our camera keeps messing up. Wyatt trying to fix it right now for you. And strike 1 right down the middle.
We'll get that fixed for you when we get a moment.
Top of the zone. Freeman a few steps off first. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Hayden Keller with one through the middle, right past the left leg of Braxton Cotton Game. Puts runners on first and second for Trevor Cho. Second hit of the ball game today for the Chinooks, and they've got the tying run and go-ahead run at first and second with no outs here, bottom of the 5th. Can Cho maybe lay one down, get both guys to move up. Knighting going to play even with the first base bag. Keller going to run right behind him. Freeman out at second. Cho lined out to, grounded out to short. Bunt shown. And he'll take strike 1, the outer edge. And you got to push one to Menizano at third, make him come field it. Ensures you've got 2 guys moving up. Bunt shown again. Pulled back, a little off the plate. 1-1 count, no outs. Cotton Game trying to paint that corner. This one falls even with the right-handed batter's box line closest to the plate. Keller the single, he's at first. The leadoff walk for Daniel Freeman. Cho trying to get a bunt down. He shows again. Pulls back, strike 2, bottom half of the zone. Cho unable to get the bunt here, and now he's got to put something in play. Try and stay out of a double play. Tough break for the Chinooks. Can Cho maybe pick up a big hit? Squeak one through. Fouls it directly back at us, and boy, we're getting feisty with these foul balls. Eh, Wyatt?
Yeah, I think they've got something out for us here. Keep trying to hit us.
It's not even the Pilots. It's our team for the Chinooks.
I don't know what we did to upset them.
1-2 pitch. Curveball smashed to right field. Long run coming in. Won't make the play. It falls in. Daniel Freeman's got a long way to go. He's going to come in to score. They're trying to wave around Hayden Keller. Chinooks can take a 2-1 lead. The throw is high. He gets away. Trevor Cho will stay put at third on the leadoff triple, bringing in 2 runs. Good play by the right fielder to try and grab it. In Garrett Spain, he can't get it. Chinooks take the lead 2-1 on the triple for Trevor Cho. It's his first of the season. So Patty McCormick up next. Trevor Cho with the third hit for the Chinooks, and it just falls in front of Garrett Spain, who tries to make a diving catch, and the Chinooks take the 2-1 lead.
And I think Cho may have been able to advance on that if He took off at the right time. I think it's smart to stay back with no outs.
Yeah, he didn't see that the throw was going high until late. First pitch misses the top of the zone to the 5'8" right-handed hitting second baseman for the Chinooks, Patty McCormick. Struck out swinging for out number 1 in the third. Can he put something in play here with the infield back, bring in a third run? Next pitch from Cotton Game. Bunt shown, first base side. Going to be a tough play. Throw home, and the out made. McCormick trying to bunt him in. Good play by Knighting. If you can get it by him, a little more umph for Patty McCormick. And he's got a base hit because Malcolm Tipler, there's no way he's getting him on there. Knighting coming in, read it perfectly, and the Chinooks run themselves out of a third run. That is a big insurance run they can't get. Now Pate Fullerton up next. Fielder's choice for Patty McCormick. Keller and Freeman scored on Trevor Cho's triple to right field. And the Chinooks lead for the first time today with 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. That is a uncharacteristic triple, but you know, you like where you're at there with Patty, who's a great bunter. First pickoff we've seen for Cotton Game. Knighting laying down the tag safely in McCormick. Oh, 1 delivery. Pitch missing low. 1-1 count. Hopefully that third run doesn't come back to bite the Chinooks. McCormick tried to reach with the bunt, but good play by Knighting to throw it home. Applying the tag, Zach Morgan on Trevor Cho's out by about 2 steps. All he could do at that point, try and slide into the glove, maybe get him to pop free. 2-1 delivery. Pops it up for the catcher, and third baseman coming over a long way, but the catcher, Morgan, will grab it. That would have been ball 3. Instead, it's going to be the second out of the inning. Pate Fullerton swinging at one right even with the bill of his hat. And so Mason Corbett, the top of the order, back round here in the 5th. 2 hits and a walk led off the inning. Last 2 guys have been retired. Patty trying, as I mentioned earlier, to bunt for a single. If that's pushed a little bit more towards second base, there's no way Cotton Game is going to get him. Smashed out of play for the foul out. But nonetheless, Knighting making a great play on it to catch it and throw home. See if Mason Corbett can keep this inning going. Maybe yank one down the right field line. Pick off to first, safely in McCormick. And if Patty takes off, you're not in deep waters if he gets thrown out here because you get the top of the order back up next inning. He does go. This one inside. The throw down to second. He's going to swim move it, and he's called out. Patty McCormick thought he got around it. Ryan Gill said no. And so Patty McCormick is caught stealing to end the 5th inning, but the Chinooks take the 2-1 lead off of the RBI triple to bring in Hayden Keller and Daniel Freeman. That was off the bat of Trevor Cho to right field. And they'll try and keep it that way with Michael Barker and the defense coming back out for the top of the 6th. Curveball will fall in for strike two. 0-2 count, no outs here in the top of the sixth. Chinooks take the lead. It's a 2-1 lead for him. White's host mom joining us right now and has brought the corgis in. Hang out with us. This one poked down the left field line. Long run for Cho. He won't get it as it falls out of play. Left-hander up currently is Garrett Spain. He's got one hit to center right at Jess Davis for the lineout. Spain has hit the ball hard 3 times today. He had a leadoff single up the middle in the first, the one hopper to Patty McCormick for an out in the third, and now he'll line out to center. Open us up here in the sixth. Again, the Chinooks scoring 2 runs last inning. Bunt shown, and this one ricocheted right back into the mitt of J. Paul Fullerton as it actually kind of saves Stacy Dunbar behind the plate. Bunt was shown by the right-hander of Zach Morgan, who singled in his last at-bat. 1-0 delivery. There's a bunt single for him, and that pitch misses high. 2-0 count.
We have just received word that the Oilers and Bucks have postponed their game until tomorrow, so they will play a doubleheader tomorrow.
This pitch is going to miss low as well. 3-0 count for Barker. He's got E.J. Andrews on deck, trying to get a perfect inning against the Pilots with 1 out here in the top of the sixth. 4 innings left, a 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. Strike one right down the middle. And ball 4 will pass as the second walk issued by Barker puts on Morgan. E.J. Andrews walked in the fourth and struck out looking for out number 1 in the second. He's 0 for 1 with that walk, and a double play gets the Chinooks to the bottom of the sixth for him to add to their 1-run lead. This is a big game for the Chinooks. They've got to pick up a win of these last 4 games and hope that the Oilers lose out in order to gain 4th place. Strike 1, outer edge.
Yeah, but thankfully for the Chinooks, the Oilers and Bucks can't cancel those games. They've got no games left until the playoffs start, so they'll get those in no matter what.
Chopper right back to Barker, up the middle. It'll be Pate Fullerton, throw to first, and he's out. Good job by Pate to realize that it was hit weak enough. And E.J. Andrews gone on the 6-3 putout, but it does put the tying run in scoring position for Bradley Knighting. Flew out to left field in the 4th inning, and then had the triple and run scored for the Pilots in the first at bat back in the 2nd inning. Lefty on lefty matchup. Knighting frequently puts the bat on ball. Barker looking for him to get himself out here. Ball 1 up and in. Morgan moving over to second. One 0 delivery. Missing low, 2-0 count. You've got Jordan Brandenburg, who's 0 for 1 today with an RBI sac fly that he hit back in the 2nd inning for the 1-run lead. He is on deck. A couple guys going down to the bullpen for the Pilots. Chinooks is dormant. Top 6 inning, 2-0 count, 2 outs. Missing the top of zone 3-0, and at this point you might as well just put him on for Jordan Brandenburg, face the righty. Knighting has hit the ball well and has a fluid swing, just straight contact. And if he connects with it, though, it can go a long way. 3-0 pitch. Missing low. 4-pitch walk, second walk in the inning. So Jordan Brandenburg up next. Time called for Fullerton. We'll pause for a moment. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. Jordan Brandenburg is up next. He's got 2 outs and trying to get a base hit, bring in the tying run of Zach Morgan out at second base. At first base, Bradley Knighting after the 4-pitch walk. Bradley, the only run scored in this ballgame for the Pilots. The first pitch is swung on right through the legs of Stacy Dunbar and off of the left shin guard of J. Paul Fullerton as Chris Beck comes over to retrieve the ball. Joey Levitt is warming in the bullpen for the Chinooks. They're just getting ready, just in case they need him. They'd like to see Michael get through 6 and maybe into the 7th some. A couple guys gone down to the bullpen for the Pilots, just doing bands, getting warmed up. Pops it up to right field. Jess Davis coming in, Hayden Keller as well, and Jess Davis will call for it for the out. J. Paul Fullerton looking like he's on a track meet, hustling back into the dugout, as he'll be third up in the inning. Top of the order comes back around. Chinooks trying to add to the 2-1 lead they have as we go to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Chinooks Baseball on YouTube.com. Mason Corbett to lead off here as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Chinooks trying to keep this 2-1 lead and add to it, as Trevor Cho had the 2-run triple down the right field line. Garrett Spain making the dive back in the bottom of the 5th and couldn't catch the ball. It went right by him, and 2 runs came in of Daniel Freeman, Hayden Keller. First pitch way inside to the leadoff of Mason Corbett. He's gone down swinging and looking today, trying to put something in play here, break up the 2 strikeouts. Pokes one foul, a 1-1 count, no outs to the Aggie from Texas A&M. Bottom 6. Pilots have 9 outs left to try and retake the lead or tie things. Pops it up again, 1-2 count. Chinooks have been out hit 4-3 in that category, but 2 of their hits came last inning with the walk as well that really ensured that it's a 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. All starts with the leadoff. Can Corbett find a way to reach? 1-2 pitch gets him swinging, and he'll be tagged out for the first out here in the 6th. Not Corbett's day right now. He goes down for the 3rd time on strikes. That is the 8th strikeout now for Braxton Cottongame, his first in 3 innings. Jess Davis, strikeout in the 1st, lined out to center. That opened up the 4th inning. Jess, the University of Alabama at Birmingham Blazer, been the hottest hitter on the Chinooks as of late. And fastball misses wide and low. This is likely the end of Cottongame in this inning, After this inning, he'll likely be done as there is a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. Bunt shown, pulled back as it's ball 2 falling low.
As you mentioned earlier, Josh, he hasn't gone more than 6 innings at any point this season, and I'm wondering if Kentucky has put him on an innings limit for the summer.
Well, that's ball 3 as it misses wide, and they might very well likely have. I mean, Kentucky, a big school, a Big Ten, or a SEC school, excuse me. And so, all the same.
Even when he was throwing that no-hitter at the showcase, he only went 6.
Way inside, 4-pitch walk to Jess Davis. Second walk issued against the Chinooks in 2 innings. And so that'll put on one of the fastest guys on the team. It surely seems like it with Jess Davis' speed. 16 stolen bases in 20 attempts, had 48 last year, second most at the NCAA level. J. Paul Fullerton 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to the left side.
48 stolen bases is a lot.
Yeah, the guy who beat him had 60. Runner goes, Jess Davis trying to hustle down. He'll slide in, and he's called out. Oh, my goodness. He's called out by Ryan Gill, and he was in there by a mile. Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure where that came from. And I got to agree with the fan who just said, what game are you watching? Because everyone else was watching him slide in safely, but instead that comes as the second out. And the second throw out for Zach Morgan behind the plate. So J. Paul Fullerton will have to restart things for the Chinooks. Cotton game working quickly here. And a ground ball hit to the right side, base hit. And that would have likely brought in an insurance run for the Chinooks. Goodness. And, I mean, we may have to take a look at that later, but
the only thing I can think of is that Jess came off the bag at some point and the tag was still applied, but
the only thing I can think of with that, though, is he never even stood up off of the bag. Everything was touching it. He had an entire right leg on the bag. That's just unbelievable. I don't know where that came from. So 2 outs nonetheless. J. Paul Fullerton, 4th hit for the Chinooks. He'll safely stand back on first base on the pickoff move. Ethan English, the double in the second. He's 1 for 2 today. Can he put one over the left field fence? Add 2 insurance runs for the Chinooks. Another pick off to first, and Fullerton reading it like a book as he stands back on first base. Fullerton, the single. Jess Davis caught stealing. Second throw out again for Morgan. Pops it up on the infield. Morgan will turn his back, and he calls for it. Will make the grab. Second time Chinooks have flown out to the catcher. But now we go to the top of the 7th inning, a 2-1 lead for the Chinooks, with Michael Barker coming back out defensively. Well, we go to the final 3 innings. Zach Sagel, Malcolm Tipler, Dalen Caligden in the top of the order back around for a 4th time today as we go to the top of the 7th 3 innings left. 4 hits for either team. Poked foul and out of play on the high fastball from Michael Barker, trying to make it through 7 innings here. Joey Levitt softly brewing in the bullpen for the Chinooks. Pops it up right side. Got a chance to stay in. Hey, Ethan English going back, and he jumps and makes the catch. What a play for Ethan English to redirect and grab that one. That was some Matrix-type moves over there by the first baseman. The big fella making out number 1 here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, I wish our camera would show that angle because that was quite the play.
My goodness. Twisting his body in ways I didn't think were possible for the big guy. Bunt attempted. Malcolm Tipler taking strike 1 on the outer edge as he pulled back. Tipler 0 for 2 today, strikeout looking to end the second, and led off the 5th inning on a fly out to right field. 0-2 count, poke foul. Barker with 4 strikeouts today. He got all through the 2nd through 4th innings. And the curveball missing the top of the zone as Tipler knew it as well. He shakes it off. Just shook his head on the high curveball. Barker nods to the beginning of the windup. The 1-2 delivery. Curveball chopped the first base side. Not going to get that one for Ethan English as it's a rollover base hit for Malcolm Tipler. And Dalen Colligdon, who lined out to third base in his last at bat, is up next. Strikeout, ground out to third, and line out to third for him today. A double play for the Chinooks ends the inning. Can they get one? Dalen Colligdon, one of the higher averages on the team. Pickoff attempt for Malcolm Tipler to keep him honest as he safely goes back into first. Malcolm Tipler this season, second most stolen bases on the team behind Dalen. 12 for 15 in attempts. Tipler not going. The pitch out correction is going to miss wide as it's a 1-0 count. Expecting the Tipler to run there. Chinooks trying to keep this 2-1 lead. Tipler not going. High fastball misses. 2-0 count. Trying to get Colligdon to ground one up the middle. He'll poke one foul on the fastball away. Sends Mendozano from the on-deck circle over to retrieve it. Trying to fix this camera for you. It's been a little wild today on every foul ball. 2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss for Colligdon. Can Barker get him again like he did in the 3rd inning? Pick up a 5th strikeout today. Hasn't had one in 3 innings. Pick off for Tipler to go back in standing at first. Joe Fitko warming up in the bullpen for the Glacier Pilots. Runner goes. Pokes it up and in the air as it's out of play. Keeps it a 2-2 count, 1 out. Malcolm Tipler going to have to trot back to first base. Again, Joey Levitt, the Biola University right-handed pitcher and relief pitcher, is warming up for the Chinooks. Pokes it up in the air to right field off the end of the bat. Malcolm Tipler acts as if he's going to tag. Hayden Keller will throw it in. And Tipler will stay put. Second out in the inning brings up George Mendozano. And you knew that Dalen Colligdon just missed that one on the outer edge. Freeman and J. Paul Fullerton having a bonding moment there as Freeman made a joke and J. Paul Fullerton just looked at him. Freeman was walking back to the dugout just laughing and smiling. Tippler going to try and put himself in scoring position. Strike one, top of the zone, outer edge.
I think that was meant to be a pitch out, but we'll get the strike call nonetheless.
Was meant to definitely be a pitch out, and Coach Erdman, third base coach, excuse me. Runner goes, pickoff attempt. Can Ethan English get rid of it? Throw to second. The tag is applied, but Tippler safely in. Little high throw from Ethan English, trying to get rid of it, and Pate Fullerton came down, but not in time on the stolen base for Malcolm Tippler. Puts himself in scoring position for Mendozano. 0-1 count to deal with, 2 outs. The tying run, 180 feet away at second. Good block for Fullerton as he'll slide over. Ball 1. First stolen base in the game. Chinooks have tried twice and were caught stealing both times. One questionable, but all the same. Jess Davis, Patty McCormick, thrown out by Morgan. Barker a check of Tippler. Delivery home. Pops it up out of play. 1-2 count for Mendozano to deal with. And today he is 0 for 3. 2 flyouts to center, 1 flyout to shallow left field where Pate Fullerton was. Can they get him here and strand Malcolm Tippler, keep it a 2-1 lead? Send the Pilots to their final 6 outs for the 8th and 9th. With the Chinooks trying to add in the bottom of the 7th, needing 1 out. Malcolm at second. Barker's next pitch, blocked in the dirt. 2-2 count to deal with. Tried to get a swing from Mendozano. He doesn't and holds up. Checked it for half a second. Twos across the board, 2 outs. 5 hits for the Pilots, 4 for the Chinooks, 2-1 lead. Barker trying to get this final out. He did swing, and that'll be strike 3. Mendozano tried to hold up, he couldn't. Fastball low in the zone, strike 3 gets Mendozano, and they strand Malcolm Tippler's 1-out single and stolen base. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and the Chinooks try to add to their 2-1 lead. Feels like the only guy the Chinooks see in relief pitching for the Pilots these last few games is Joe Fitka. He's coming in for Braxton Cottongame. Cottongame gave up 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 runs, and ended up finishing with 8 strikeouts. He had 7 in the first 3 innings. The Chinooks finally settling in on him. First pitch is swung on from Daniel Freeman on the pitch from Joe Fitka. And Fitka against the Chinooks, he has pitched 2 innings and made 2 appearances. 2 hits given up. Tall right-hander. Curveball, ground ball to third. Fielded and throw to first in time on the out made by the third baseman, George Mendozano.
And Fitka comes as a package deal. He brings out Daniel Mendez to catch for him to replace
Zach Morgan. Yeah, Hayden Keller is the left-hander up next. He singled up the middle in his last at-bat, scored a run today, and struck out looking in the second. He's looking to get a hold of one here and get a base hit. Trevor Cho, the 2-run triple in his last at-bat. Curveball misses way high and will fall back into the outside of the plate, but it's still a 1-0 count as we begin here. Joey Levitt likely coming in next inning. That one spiked in the dirt. Good pick by Mendez to keep it in front as he takes 2 steps in front of the plate. Wind picking up slightly to the right side. Two-0 delivery. Base hit to right field. Hayden Keller right on it. And he'll have the single in this inning. Brings up Trevor Cho. So Hayden Keller 2 for 3 today. Can Cho keep things going? He had his first triple as a Chinook. An at-bat ago. Got a little help from Garrett Spain in right field diving for it, but was able to bring in the 2 runs for the Chinooks. Chinooks have been caught twice. Mendez a stronger arm than Morgan. Much quicker release point as well. High fastball misses to Cho. See if Coach Groth wants Keller to try and swipe a bag, put himself in scoring position. He is a perfect 5 on the season. Poke foul on the left side. A little bit of a late swing. Kind of a defensive swing there for Trevor Cho. Makes it a 1-1 count, 1 out here. Patty McCormick on deck, second baseman for the Chinooks for a 3rd time round. Did reach last at bat, but was caught stealing. That ended the 5th inning. Catcher setting up away. Pitch from Fitka. High fastball, strike 2. 1-2 count. Nicks the top of the zone, and Dunbar's done a great job today. Been even for both sides, has not missed a call. In my opinion, he hasn't missed one today. They've been all right there. We've seen a few hitters. I think he's missed one, but from our vantage point, it doesn't look like it. Big swing and a miss, strike 3 by Trevor Cho, and he is retired for a 2nd time today. First strikeout for the relief right-hander of Fitka. And Patty McCormick up next, tried to bunt in Trevor Cho back in that 5th inning, and the play was at the plate, so Patty McCormick reached by fielder's choice. Keller at first. Not going, and the first pitch is outside, ball 1. Outfield, infield straight away. The third baseman, Mendozano, will back up a few steps. Taken higher, and it'll be a 2-0 count to deal with. Pate Fullerton, the left-handed hitting shortstop, is on deck. Keller a few steps off first. The delivery, high fastball, 3-0 count. Fitka in jeopardy of a 4-pitch walk here to put a runner in scoring position for Pate Fullerton. He's due for a base hit. See if Patty can reach, move up Hayden Keller to second. Chinooks trying to add to their 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Next pitch, and that'll be ball 4 as it misses high. Fidka asking Mendez if it was up, and it was just up. McCormick, the smallest hitter for the Chinooks on the team. And a good at bat there for him. I mean, Patty is 5'7". I said 5'8" earlier. He's 5'7". The Northern Illinois University sophomore. And so Pate Fullerton up next. Can he pick up an RBI against Joe Fidka, excuse me. Fidka coming set. His first pitch. Pops it up on the left side. This should do it. It's in foul territory. Hayden Keller as well as McCormick were running, but the foul fly out on the first pitch to Fullerton. And the Chinooks keep it a 2-1 lead. We go to the the top of the 8th. Chinooks looking for 3 outs as Joey Levitt makes the trot in relief. Joey Levitt comes in to pitch for the Chinooks. And Joey coming out of Biola University. He'll be a senior in the fall. 6'2", right-handed pitcher out of Garden Grove, California. He's looking for 3 outs here against the 3-4-5 of Garrett Spain, Zach Morgan, who was taken out, and Daniel Mendez now in, as that's just up. And then E.J. Andrews. That pitch just missing the top of the zone. Ground ball to first. Diving grab. No, it gets underneath. Base hit to lead us off here. Chinooks have a lot of guys moving around in the bullpen, and Hannes Kindreich will take off his pullover and get ready to go. Mendez up next. Spain, second hit in the day for him. He's 2 for 4 off of the single to right field. First inside fastball he gets. Gets it just past the glove of Ethan English. He's got a pretty good lead over there as well. See if Mendez tries to bunt him over. Pilots still down a run, 2-1 here in the 8th. Pick off the first. No show on the bunt there for Mendez. Erdman, the assistant coach, giving signs. Bunt shown. Pulled back, ball 1 low. Levitt, lowest ERA on the team, 3.27. Does not have a win or loss this season or a save. Making his 16th appearance for the most on the team. 22 innings on the mound, 16 strikeouts, 3 walks, 27 hits. And that is 28th given up a moment ago to Garrett Spain. He's picked off twice here, can't get Spain. And tying his shoe is Mendez. Puts the bunny ears down and gets ready to go. Deep breath for Levitt. Mason Corbett pretty far back at third base on a potential bunt. Bunt is shown. Curveball, and I think that one missing a little low, so it'll make it a 2-0 count. Got to allow him to bunt it. Try and get an out no matter what here. Joey does a good job getting off the mound. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Will they get him? He's out by a mile. Great throw by J. Paul Fullerton. Strike 1 as well against Mendez, who tried to bunt it. And the Pilots run themselves off the bases as Garrett Spain is caught trying to swipe a bag against J. Paul Fullerton. And for Spain, that is his 5th time to get caught. Ground ball, third base side foul. Sam Brace able to grab it. Hannes Kindreich from now is halted. We may see him to try and close the 9th inning. Chinooks needing 2 more outs. A 2-2 count here to the catcher, Daniel Mendez. It's not very often where you see 3 caught stealings in a game. Curveball, strike 3, gets him looking. Paints the inside corner, and Mendez, last Dunbar about it, as he'll see him behind the plate in the bottom of the inning. E.J. Andrews up next.
Let's take another look at this throw from J. Paul Fullerton to get the out at second base on the caught stealing. Bunt misses, and he just has a heck of a jump. Throws it right down and nails the runner.
Yeah, Garrett Spain has incredible speed, but you talk about the transfer, the arm, and a perfect throw, as that's curveball number 1 for strike 1 against E.J. Andrews. J. Paul Fullerton doing it from behind the plate and on both sides. He had a single earlier as well. Check swing, blocks one there. A 1-1 count, 2 outs. And he's working behind the plate. Chinooks need 4 outs left. Try and keep this a 2-1 win. Been a pitcher's day so far. Pops it up in fair territory. Patty McCormick calling for it. And he'll make the grab. 3 up, 3 down inning because of the caught stealing against Garrett Spain. And so we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 2-1. Chinooks trying to add. And they will have the top of the order back around with Mason Corbett Davis and J. Paul Fullerton. Mason Corbett's a lead off here as we go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. Hannes Kindreich warming in the bullpen. Will we see him to close out the 9th? He's looking for 3 outs. Chinooks looking to add here against Fidka. Ball 1 scooped up behind the plate by Mendez. Fidka last inning gave up a single to Hayden Keller, strikeout to Trevor Cho, a walk to Patty McCormick, and 2 other outs. Chop to the first base side. It'll just be fair. Knighting will get it. And that'll be the first out on 2 pitches to get Corbett. 3 unassisted for those statting at home. And Jess Davis, a walk in the 6th. Was caught stealing in that as well. And Davis will look for a base hit here. Wind up from Fidka in the first pitch. Ground ball to first base side, and it hops over the glove of Malcolm Tipler. Right off the edge, and that's a base hit. As Garrett Spain thought about throwing back and trying to get Jess Davis, but he has now had the 6th hit in the game and reaches for a second time. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. Now let's see if he tries to swipe another bag. He was caught stealing last time on a questionable call. We took a look at the replay, and I think that one was missed by Ryan Gill. Pick off the first, almost thrown wide. You throw one by, you likely have Jess Davis moving up to third. J. Paul Fullerton up another time. And the next pitch is strike one, outer edge. Ethan English on deck. 1 for 3 as well. Had the first hit in the ballgame, a double back in the second. J. Paul trying to get a hold of one here and drive it to deep right field. Catcher setting up away. The delivery. Chops it to the first base side. This could be 2. Knighting. Throw to second. The back end. And covering was the pitcher, Joe Fidka. A 3-6-1 double play, as that'll send it to the final chance for the Pilots. It's 2-1 when we come back. Back for the final inning. Chinooks trying to win it 2-1, and they've got the 6-7-8 of Bradley Knighting, who fouls back the first pitch. Here it'll send Troy Hervey on the move over to grab it. Pen in mouth, clipboard in hand, he's ready to go. A 1 count, no outs as we get going here. The final inning, Hannes Kindreich in on the mound. Joey Levitt got the 8th, and that's a high fastball, ball 1. Knighting today, a walk in the 6th, a triple in the 2nd, and a fly out to left field in the 4th. Hannes Kindreich replacing Joey Levitt as that pitch is gonna just miss. 2-1. Missed a little low. Kindreich out of Biola University as well with his teammate Joey Levitt, a junior there, Medford, Oregon native. 6'4", 230 right-hander, and trying to work in 3 outs. Base hit to right field. Hayden Keller will pick it up, and that one gets by Patty McCormick. And Bradley Knighting having a day. Jackson Beck warming in the bullpen for the Chinooks, as they're going to bring in Alex Beza to hit for Jordan Brandenburg. Double play helps the Chinooks. Will he try and bunt? Kindreich's first pitch to him. Strike 1 right down the middle. Knighting the single to right field. Alex Beza, usually see him at first base. He has gotten the day off, but he gets a pitch hit here. Runner goes. Curveball. Foul tipped. 0-2 count. That'll send Knighting back to first. And the Chinooks would definitely love it if Beza could hit into a double play, just like the Chinooks did to end the bottom of the 8th. Get 2 outs here. Again, Jackson Beck, pitching coach for the Chinooks, Chris Beck, his son, looking for his first appearance. Delivery home. Fastball will just miss off the plate. And that's the right call. It was a little bit off for sure. Honus aiming there in the first place because J. Paul slid over. That was even with the line in the right-hander's batter's box. Knighting, pretty good lead. Is he going to go? He does not. Missing the top of the zone. 2-2, no outs. Trying to get Beza here. Knighting's trying to do everything he can to move up to second. And the Chinooks trying to double up both guys. Zach Sagel on deck. Ball in the dirt. Full count awaits for Hannes Kindreich here against Alex Beza. Went from 0-2 to 3-2. Can he get a big strikeout here against Beza? Or maybe a ground ball double play? Nonetheless, you got to get an out. Want to try and get Bradley Knighting off the bases. Next pitch. Misses wide. A walk will put runners on first and second for Zach Sagel. And we'll pause for a moment. J. Paul Fortson out for a conversation with Hannes. Runners on first and second now as we're back here. No outs in the top of the 9th inning. Bunt not shown, and it's ball 1 off the plate to Zach Sagel. Correction, this is Matt Otino as Chris Beck wants a meeting with Hannes. We'll pause for a moment. One 0 count here. Mattatino at the plate hitting for Zach Sagel. Runners on first and second. And this pitch is strike 1 on the outer edge.
You know what we haven't seen this year?
A triple play.
You are correct. It'd be a good time for it.
Would be the best time for it with Malcolm Tipler on deck. Next pitch from Kindreich. Curveball away. 2-1. No outs. Walk put on Alex Beza and Bradley Knighting the single to right field. Hannes Kindreich looking for a double play. Daniel Freeman begins to warm up. Jackson Beck has ceased. Big swing and a miss there. Can Kindreich pick up a big strikeout here against Matt Otino? Matt's first at bat today. Matt been pretty consistent as well for the Pilots, but Hannes, as of late, has as well. He's trying to get a big strikeout. 2-2 payoff pitch. Pokes it foul. Just gets a piece of it. No outs, top 9. Chinooks need 3 outs to keep it a 2-1 lead and win it outright against the Glacier Pilots, who have been nearly unstoppable these last 10 games. 9-1, as Wyatt mentioned. That one loss coming against the Chinooks. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 right on the outside corner. Otino will take it looking for out number 1. Malcolm Tipler up next, the second baseman. He'll step in the left-hander's batter's box. Outfield straight away currently. It's very difficult to turn a double play against Malcolm Tipler with his speed. Bradley Knighting trying to swipe third base here. He keeps hopping around out at second. Double take for Hannes, and strike one paints the corner. Today, Tippler, a strikeout in the second inning. Caught him looking to end that inning, and then a fly out to right. A single in his last at bat, though, back in the seventh. Patty McCormick and Pate Fullerton up the middle for the middle infield, playing close. This pitch is inside, strike two, top of the zone. Tippler raised his hands up, and if I'm Kindrake, I might try and go a pitch away and then right back to that pitch. If Tippler gets around it, though, that's the problem. Could be costly. Kindrake looking for a second out here. Could he get it via the strikeout? Time granted to Tippler. Stacy Dunbar quickly calling it. An 0-2 count awaits, one out. 7 hits for the Pilots to the 6 of the Chinooks. It's a 2-1 lead. 1 run for the Pilots in the second. Haven't scored since. The Chinooks haven't scored since the 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Curveball. Misses the top of the zone. 1-2. And that was definitely crossing high. There's a lot of Chinooks fans who were giving oohs and ahs like, oh, come on, Stacy. But no, that was definitely high. Catcher setting up in. J. Paul Fullerton, the pitch. Pokes it up in foul territory. Mason Corbett going over, and it gets just out of play. So we'll keep it a 1-2 count, 1 out. Good pitch to spoil for Tippler. And what you'd like to see happen is a nice double play to end this ball game. Something up the middle. Pate Fullerton at short. Patty McCormick at second. Just looking for 2 more outs. Keep those runners at first and second. Payoff pitch. Pokes it foul and out of play. Dalen Collignon over from the on-deck batter's box to grab it. On-deck circle will retrieve it. Runner goes. That misses inside. Bradley Knighting will swipe a bag. That'll put runners on the corners here. 1 out. Hannes Kindrake trying to get him himself. Will we see Alex Beza try and swipe second base? Double play will keep Bradley Knighting from scoring, as will a pop-up, a strikeout. Pitch misses high. Full count, 1 out. Hannes comes set. Runners on the corners. The delivery. Pokes it into right field. An extra base hit. Malcolm Tippler's going to bring in 1 run and tie the ball game. Hayden Keller's going to try and get it in quickly. The throw's going to be from Patty McCormick. Will it be in time? It's up the line, and no! Malcolm Tippler has just put the Pilots up 3-2 here in the 9th inning. High fastball swung on by Tippler and puts it where nobody is. And now the Pilots lead by a run here, 2 outs away from the end. And that is where a walk against Alex Beza comes back to hurt you. So Knighting scores for a second time, as does Alex Beza for the first. And it's a Malcolm Tippler 2-run double to right center. Dalen Collignon up next. Poked into right field as well. And that's going to fall in. Collignon's trying to get 3. He's heading for it, and he's going to have a stand-up triple. It is now a 4-2 lead on back-to-back triples to right center for the Pilots, and the 3rd lead change we've seen today.
And that's going to be the end for Kindrake, as we will see Daniel Freeman take the mound for the Chinooks. We'll be back.
Well, we are back with runners on third base. Dalen Colligdon hits the triple for an RBI to bring in Malcolm Tipler for the third run this inning. The Chinooks have dropped it 4-2 currently with 3 runs given up here in the top of the ninth. Kendrike comes in, got 1 out, but couldn't get the next guys. Shallow fly ball to center. Jess Davis, he's coming in and will make the grab. Colligdon won't even move. And so that'll be a fly out to center against Mendozano. Garrett Spain up next. 2 for 4. Chinooks trying to just leave it at a 4-2 lead for the Pilots. They need 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth to send it into extras 3 to win. Hit hard to left center. There's no way that's getting caught, as it's going to get to the wall. And he is on his horse, as he's going to have a triple as well. That is the 3rd triple hit by the Pilots today. And the 2nd in this inning, as it is an RBI triple for Garrett Spain. He's been the MVP today, as well as Bradley Knighting. Dalen Colligdon scoring first time today. And it's a 5-2 lead now. Daniel Mendez entered in 2 at-bats ago, and he is now up. He struck out looking in the 8th. Cody Kerfman warming in the bullpen, as that is just high, ball 1. Runner at third base, a 5-2 lead, now 4 runs here in the top of the ninth. And that pitch low and in the dirt. Good block by J. Paul, still working back there. Freeman coming set, 2-0 delivery. Spiked in the dirt again, runner thought about going and retreats back to third base. Garrett Spain. They're going to give Mendez the hit away sign. It was a leadoff single for Bradley Knighting in this inning. A walk after that to Alex Beza. And that's strike 1, top of the zone. After that, a strikeout to get Matt Otino looking. Only out for Kendrike, and then Malcolm Tipler ends up hitting a full count, 2-run triple to right center. Next up, Dalen Colligdon hits a RBI triple to right center. And that's popped up to right field. Hayden Keller going over, and will make the grab for the 3rd out. But the Chinooks give up 4 in the 9th. They're down 3 runs, it's 5-2. Chinooks will have a lot of ground to make up, needing 3 runs to tie with 3 outs to do it. When we come back, it's the bottom of the 9th. Ethan English, Daniel Freeman, Hayden Keller to lead things off. Well, it's the last chance for the Chinooks. They're down 5-2, gave up 4 in the top of the ninth. And the ninth inning this season has not been the friend of the Chinooks. First pitch in and out of the retracto mid of Daniel Mendez for ball 1 here to Ethan English. Chinooks do have the 3-4-5 up of English, Freeman, and Keller. Trying to bring in those 3 guys if they can all reach. Still facing Joe Fitka on the mound. Pops it up. On the infield, Malcolm Tipler coming in. He calls for it, and he'll make it. So a fly out to Tipler, F4 for those scoring. Still with us here in the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Daniel Freeman up next.
Batting for your Chinooks, number 44, Daniel Freeman.
Big swing and a miss, high fastball paints the outer edge. Fitka has been pretty good these last few innings since he's been in. Another swing and a miss. Freeman trying to yank hard, pull it down that left field line. He hasn't been able to connect today with it. He's got a walk in the 5th, a run toward that inning. Strikeout in the 2nd, 5-3 ground out in the 7th. 3-pitch out to get Freeman for out number 2 here. And Hayden Keller, the last hope here for the Chinooks.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 12, Hayden Keller.
Fitka looking for one final out, and he'll get the win for the Pilots if he can get it. Poked into left. This should do it. E.J. Andrews is under it, and the F7 flyout will end it. Chinooks give it up in the top of the ninth and blow this one 5-2. And Wyatt, your thoughts on the game?
It was a good, hard-fought game. The Chinooks played well up until the end, and that's baseball sometimes, unfortunately. But that'll put the Chinooks with a magic number of 3 and 3 games left to play. It also will put the Oilers with a magic number of 3 as well, and they have 2 left. So 5 total games that need to go the Chinooks' way. 3 of them need to go the Chinooks' way to make the playoffs. It's going to be a close race. We'll see what happens tomorrow as the Oilers will play 2 against the Bucks.
As Wyatt mentioned, the Chinooks definitely have to get at least 1 win in these final 3 games. They play the Pilots in 2 days' time. A 6 o'clock start time back here at Lee Jordan Stadium, and then the Miners in Palmer. Last time out at Matsu at 6 o'clock, and then a 6 o'clock start time for the final game of the regular season. Chinooks trying to make it into 4th place, and they currently fall to 13-27. The Oilers 14-28, Miners 22-18. The Pilots improved to 25-16, and the Bucks are waiting to play the Oilers tomorrow. They're at the top of the standings at 28-13. Thank you so much for listening. Chinooks dropped this one 5-2. Unfortunately, Kendrike charged with the loss. The win goes to Joe Fitka. Josh Salem, Wyatt Wewell here. So long, everybody.